NFL comes out with their schedule last week. I don't make a big deal about it, and I said this, we had a little riff about it on Friday. Again, we haven't seen training camp. There are little pockets of free agency still that has to happen with some veterans that either are on the street now or will get let go at some point during a training camp scenario. So you can still tweak your team. So I'm not that guy that wants to go, hey, let's pick the schedule. Not in May. No. But there are interesting tidbits. Like, Elijah was talking about this on the air this morning, and him and I were yipping about it Friday. That since 1990, at least 4 teams who made the playoffs the year before don't make the playoffs the following season. It just happens all the time, which means 4 new teams move in. Like the AFC North, for example. I could see the Steelers miss the playoffs at like 8-9 or 7-10 or something, and the Ravens and Bengals make it. It could happen. Or at least the Bengals could make it and the Steelers could fall out and the Ravens stumble around with a new head coach. Now, all that stuff could happen. But that, those scenarios are plausible when it comes to the postseason. You're going to see teams pop in and pop out, and it makes sense. Like the Bears could be a candidate to fall out because their defense stunk. They just based everything on turnovers. So that's a possibility. New England had a very easy schedule last year. They could fall back this year. And who knows how much of a distraction this Mike Vrabel thing could be as it moves forward. Who knows? Now I'm hearing about non-disclosure agreements and all sorts of TMZ stuff. The other thing about the schedule, why I don't really get crazy about it when it comes out, I'm sure the hell not watching it. Anyway, I'm not. Now, again, I love the draft. Can't sit. Oh, honey, I think we need to stay in and watch the NFL schedule announcement. Like I take the Panthers schedule, for example. Usually there's probably 3 or 4 teams on your schedule that are not as good as you think they are and 3 or 4 that are better than you think they are. It's hard to pick and predict, especially this time of year. The Panthers, they'll open up hosting the Bears. Like I just said, the Bears could be a worse team this year. Whenever you're predicated on a ton of turnovers on defense, turnovers are a very weird, kooky number and metric, and they can vary from year to year. So the Bears might not be as good as people think they could be. The Panthers travel to Atlanta. Who knows what the Falcons could be? They have a coach who's actually gone to the playoffs a couple times in Kevin Stefanski. Stefanski was ruined in Cleveland by Deshaun Watson. It's hard to be consistently successful when your quarterback stinks or your quarterback's injured and your quarterback's sucking up a lot of your cap space. And he stinks and he's injured. So who knows what Atlanta could be with a head coach? I think Stefanski's a good head coach. Atlanta might actually be good, but what's the deal in the quarterback situation? I don't know. We'll see. Then the Panthers get Cleveland in Cleveland. I think Todd Monken's a very interesting head coaching hire. The guy can make offenses go. Could he make something out of Shedeur Sanders? But again, I think Cleveland might be a little bit better than we think. Not to say they're going to be good, but let's face it. They've stunk. The smell off of them might not be as bad this year. Detroit comes into Carolina. I think Detroit could get healthy and have a big year. We'll see. I don't know. Remember, when you lose 2 coordinators, sometimes that's tough to overcome. It just is. And Dan Campbell lost his offensive and defensive coordinator last year. Already got rid of the OC that he brought in to replace Ben Johnson. But that's like an example again. You can look now, you're traveling to Philadelphia to the Panthers. The thought is Philadelphia's going to be really good. If they're smart, they keep A.J. Brown and make Jalen Hurts do some things in the passing game that will help the passing game. And hopefully your offensive line's healthy. But you feel like the Eagles are going to be a good team. Tampa Bay, I don't know. I think they're going to be solid like they've been. I think the Packers will be better if Micah Parsons is healthy. We don't know when he's going to come back from. Remember, he tore that ACL late in the year. They might not have Micah Parsons could maybe miss the whole season. Who knows? But the Packers are always a good team in some way, shape, or form. Denver looks really good, and they'll travel to Carolina. The Saints, I feel like they're going to be... And the Ravens come into Carolina. I don't know what the Ravens are going to be, and I'm a Ravens fan. I don't know what Jesse Mentor is going to be. I don't know how they're going to replace Tyler Linderbaum at center. I don't know what they're going to do about a couple other things. Can Trey Hendrickson be healthy or coming off the edge to rush the passer? So Baltimore could show up, beat the heck out of Carolina, or Carolina could beat the heck out of Baltimore. I got no clue at this point. Then you got return with Tampa. You get the Vikings in Minnesota. I think the Vikings, if the Vikings solidify the quarterback position, the Vikings are going to be really good. Simple answer. You get New Orleans again. You get, again, Cincinnati, I think, is a very big wild card. They could be a playoff team, but you don't know that for sure. The Steelers, too, I don't know what they're going to be. The Seahawks, I believe, will be really good. And then the Falcons, so you see where I'm going here on this. That's why the schedule to me, we just went over the Panther schedule. The schedule to me is so hit and miss this time of year. You just don't know what you don't know, and there's injuries that could happen. So the Panther schedule is a lot of at this point. That's just my example of this, the whole spiel when it comes to people want to jump up and down and start predicting the NFL schedule.